I hope that everyone is well. It's been a little while since I have recorded a message for this chashuva group, for this important group who has undertaken the Civility Pledge. I want to really just also thank all of you, those, Baruch Hashem, over 200 people now who have signed up to be part of this initiative. And I know it's in the grand scheme of things, it's something small, but at least it's something that we're doing to try to make the world a little kinder. And if not the world, at least to try to make our lives a little kinder, our Dalet Amis, our own immediate surroundings a little bit kinder, a little bit sweeter, a little bit nicer. So thank you all. And I want to tell you that I've so appreciated the feedback, the stories, the vignettes, the insights, the ideas. They've really given me such incredible chizuk in my own life as well. And I just wanted to share with you a short idea as we go into the Shabbos Parshas Balak, and then of course as we come on Sunday to Shivasar B'Tammuz, the 17th of Tammuz, the beginning of the 3 weeks. You know, in Parshas Balak, we know the story. Everyone knows the story that Balak, the king of Moab, goes ahead and tries to hire Bilam to curse the Jewish people, but of course it doesn't work. And in Perek Chav Daled Pasuk Beis, chapter 24, verse 2, so the Torah says, Vayisa Bilam es Einov, Bilam lifted his eyes, Vayar es Yisrael shochin l'shvatav. He saw the Jewish people literally camping according to their tribes. Vatihi alav ruach Elokim, and the Spirit of God rested upon him. So what's interesting is Rashi on the pasuk understands that there's a cause and effect. He saw the Jewish people camping according to their tribes, and therefore the Spirit of God rested upon him. So interestingly enough, Rashi quotes the famous, they actually quoted this in the virtual drasha as well. Rashi says, Re'ei she'ein pischeihen mechuvanim zeh kineged zeh. He saw that the way that they set up their tents is that they made sure that the entrance ways of the tents were not opposite each other. Shelo yotzitz l'soch ohel chavero. This way one person should not look into the tent of his fellow. And when Bilam saw this, when he saw this incredible display of modesty, Vatialav Ruach Elokim, ultimately the Spirit of God came upon him, and therefore he doesn't end up cursing the Jewish people. And the great tzaddik, the Ma'ar Shemesh, says something so beautiful. He says, what does it mean? What does it mean? She'ein pischei mechuvanim zeh kineged zeh. That ultimately their doorways were not opposite each other. What does that mean? Now again, on a basic level, we understand. It's modesty. It's modesty. You shouldn't see into my home. I shouldn't see into your home. A home is where private activities take place. People want privacy. That's on a basic level. But the Ma'ar Shemesh says something even more beautiful. And he explains, the idea of not looking into the Pesach means don't look so carefully at people. Don't look so carefully. You know, if you look too carefully at anyone, you'll always find something broken. If you look too carefully at any person, you'll always find something in a state of disrepair. That's just the nature of people. No one is whole. No one is perfect. And so sometimes what you need to do is not look so closely. Bilam saw that they didn't look into each other's homes. They didn't look into each other's entranceways. They weren't taking a critical look at one another. You know, I'll give you a mashal. The mashal is, I remember, now this is years ago, when I bought my wife her engagement ring. I bought an engagement ring, and I remember I went to the diamond dealer, and he took out a few different types of diamonds. And I looked at them intently. And I was a young kid at the time, and so I looked, and I saw this one, I saw that one, and one of them really caught my eye. In retrospect, probably because it was larger, so it shined just a bit brighter. I said, "Oh, this is the one." And the diamond dealer was like a little bit surprised. He's like, "Really? Is that true? Are you sure you want that one?" And I said, "Yeah, it's gorgeous." So he showed me. So he gave me the diamond, the loop, you know, like the magnifying loop. He said, "Take a look." And you look under the loop, you saw this scratch and this imperfection and this and all this kind of stuff. And I remember thinking as a kid, which I was back then, so don't use the loop. Just don't use the loop. Just leave it alone. Just don't look. Who's ever looking at their ring, mamish, right next to their eye? Just keep it at a distance, and it's magnificent and beautiful. Another mashal. You know, sometimes when people come to look at their esrogim. Now, by an esrog, it's a mitzvah, it's different. But you'll see someone hold it right up to their eye. First of all, who says in halacha you're supposed to do that? And if you hold anything that close, you're always going to find an imperfection. Whether it's in your esrog, or whether it's on your diamond, or whether it's in your fellow Jew. Hold anyone up to the microscope. and you will find something broken. You will find something damaged. You'll find something in a state of disrepair. And sometimes we have to learn something, even from a bilam, that ultimately the greatest way to succeed as a people is to make sure that our entranceways do not align with each other, to make sure we don't look into the home of another, to make sure we don't look so deeply into the soul or into the heart of another, to sometimes go ahead and hold the diamond at a distance. Because when you hold the diamond at a distance and you're not medactic, you're not careful with every single detail of the diamond, it shines bright, it shines beautiful. If you just take a look at another Jew for what he or she is, a beautiful shining diamond, don't zero in on the deficiencies. Don't zero in on the scratches. Don't zero in on the damage. That's how we come to Avas Yisrael. That's how we come to love each and every Jew. And that ultimately is how we will merit the third Beis HaMikdash Mihira B'Yameinu. Amen. Wishing everyone a good Shabbos.